video demonstrates the basic voiceover gestures and how to teach them. We're going to start with the one finger gesture. The one finger single tap means to select the item under your finger. For students that are used to using the Perkins Braille Writer, they tend to pound on the iPad screen just like they do when they pound on the Perkins Braille Writer keys. When I initially teach how to do these voiceover gestures, I talk a lot about the tickle touch, or having a very light touch. So to teach the tickle touch, I will have the student put their arm out, extend their arm, and I'll take my finger and lightly just touch and tickle the back of their arm. And I'll ask the student to do that as well to themselves. And if they're still being really hard, I will demonstrate that again on their arm and have them demonstrate on my arm. Once the students have learned to do the tickle touch, they're not as apt to do the dive bomb single tap. The dive bomb is what I call it when the student starts with their hand way up high above their head or above their shoulder, and they dive down to tap hard on the iPad screen. The iPad does not need to be hit in order to do a gesture correctly. So instead of the dive bomb method, we're going to hold our hand, we're going to hover that hand just an inch or so above the screen and drop just one finger down to do the single tap. I'm just barely dropping my finger down, and you should not hear my finger hit the screen. If you hear my finger hitting the screen like this, then you're hitting too hard. So to teach the hover, I'll have the student bring their left hand palm facing up. Their hand is flat, fingers extended, palm facing up. The right hand hovers an inch or so above that, and they drop just their fingertip onto that hand or onto their palm. And you notice that my wrist is not moving, my whole arm is not moving. I'm not pounding down, I'm just doing a very light tap on my hand. And then I hover over the iPad screen and repeat on the iPad screen.